Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. It's the AFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports.
Coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a sold-out Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Cincinnati Bengals. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. And that team is coming in off of a win last week. They're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
All right, guys, welcome to the jungle. We got number fun and games, baby.
Breaking any news, but you have to wonder how much added pressure this team feels, given that a perfect season is on the line. They heard it during the regular season. Now they've sat at home for 2 weeks hearing about it. Can they handle that as well as the team that they're facing in order to try and advance?
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 37-yard line.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Joe Mixon.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Want to follow that.
Welcome to the jungle, baby. You heard the song. You heard the song.
I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From midfield now, Burrow. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 27-yard line. That one goes for 24.
Joe and Joe, baby, the Joe show.
Versus his own defense. Find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first down, Mixon. Davion Taylor there to bring him down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Joe, what was that?
And it's picked off.
Oh, come on, Joe.
His guys will get the football back. So the Raiders backed up here to begin their first drive. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
It wasn't really his best performance of the year in the wild card round last week. He just had the 1 touchdown pass, but he got the job done and his team advanced. For them to continue on to the championship round, though, I think he's going to need to take a few more chances with the ball downfield, push it a little bit more, and make sure his team finds its way into the end zone a few more times.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Running is Jacobs. Lucky there just to avoid the safety. Able to fight through, but still backed up in the goal
Joe.
line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Oh, come on, man. You're going to break all these tackles. That's some bullshit. Here we go.
Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards. 1st down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the 1st quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. From the gun, Strong. That's caught by Waller out left side. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than 1 tackler to the ball. He broke the 1st tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They're going to be stopped up on this 1st down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try
and he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
A loss of 6 yards.
You go, rookie.
You know, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big. But sometimes
yeah, a lot of rookies starting on this team, baby.
And sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Operating from the gun. Strong.
Good way to get him, Hubbard. That guy fast, boy. Way to get around that corner.
There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Las Vegas sending out their punter now. Standing just about on his own goal line. Taken right around the 44. A good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will go.
Joe, what are you doing, Joe?
They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here.
What kind of route was that, guy?
They got one.
And don't think they were above
That was terrible.
all week long pointing out to their defense
That was
the
terrible.
other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that
That
happen,
was
guys? Is that
terrible.
how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 for...
In trouble in the ball.
Touchdown! Good job. Way to make him fumble, guys.
Scooped up in the end zone.
Beat his butt. Way to go, defense.
Touchdown. A long way to go in this one. I'm sure that's not the only score we'll see today, but to jump...
It's my rookie, baby. Way to go, Rook.
Yeah, everyone wants to set the pace. You know, in a game like this, you want people chasing you. You don't want to be the team chasing them. That's exactly what they did.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return.
Fielded in the end zone.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Raider ball carrier.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the improv.
Way to pop him. He didn't catch it.
To a tough crowd.
Oh, he dropped
Way to hit him.
They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
And 8 yards to go.
From the gun, Strong. Looking left side.
No way to follow him, guys. He got to go out of bounds.
2
No way to cut it back. Good job. Good defense.
It's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals.
And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after...
And the Raiders have got him.
Max Crosby just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
All right, Joe. Maybe we shouldn't have put these black uniforms on, Joe.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And they'll get
Good
this
throw, Joe.
past midfield before being stopped just before the 30.
Yeah, by a dog, Joe.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
10 at the 37-yard line.
Joe, a dog over there. Big potato. Oh. But hold on, Higgins.
That's the end of the first quarter.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Raiders nothing.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
And this will be incomplete.
Bring that ball down. You got to catch that.
And it's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Hey, hit the quarterback.
Inside the 20 before
Take the flag. Personal foul, baby. Control the shut. Get her going.
Get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always
Get it
trying
done.
to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
We're not running good, guys.
And it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line.
That should have been a touchdown. Bounce outside a little more.
Much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And did he break the plane?
There you go.
Yes, he did.
Stay with the blockers.
Taking it in from
Still the blockers, big guy.
And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
The JoJo show, baby.
Punch it in on 3rd down.
There you go, number 60. Good pull and block.
They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Good pull block right there.
Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating when we have to make the call, they already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Good pull block.
The extra point. It's good to make it 14-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming.
Cleveland, baby. On our way.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Henry Ruggs and the Raiders set to go back to work. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited.
Showing who that guy playing over there.
They're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down,
he's gonna play Minnesota. Tampa lost. That's some bullshit.
No catches, though, so far.
The sorry ass team you got to play now.
Throwing on first down. Strong. That is incomplete. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Strong. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 3rd down. Strong. And he's got his man
short.
Stride,
good defense.
And he's going to come up a bit
what they going to do? Then go for it. Stop him here, baby. We get a good short field.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag
If you'd have gone
routes,
punt, though.
you're able to hit a receiver in stride.
They ain't brave enough yet to do that.
Yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Should have got him back further than that. Try to hit stick and miss that tackle. Cut that shit out. He ain't lined up, just tackle him.
Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Well, that's good for a first down. Here's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Rolling to his right. Going up top for Miller. And that's caught inside the 35. An excellent
good job, guys.
35 yards. I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
The ball carrier.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
It's a gain of 6.
I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, Give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Exactly what they needed right
Tampa,
there.
how you
They
lose
needed
to
use the
Minnesota?
ground game
Come
to take
on,
some
guys.
pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On the run, it's Mixon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
The ball carrier.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 14-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Slant pass to Boyd. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. They'll give it to Mixon. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Yeah, so you're going to stop the clock. What kind of block was that,
He
guy?
gets attended to. We'll step aside. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They're passing here. Joe Burrow. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage. And now it's 4th.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Yard attempt.
Rosa's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0.
17. Raiders nothing.
We tried to miss that. Wow.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
At their own 25-yard line.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they'll get him down.
All right, he made a fool out of it. We missed that tackle, guys.
Come on. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd
3 extra yards.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
The handoff to Josh Jacobs. He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Looking to throw on second down. Strong. And he's going to be hit and
big sack, guys.
Back right around the 48-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
3rd and 50.
And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Las Vegas sending out their punter
Watch
now.
the fake.
As he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And look at this. It's a fake. But he will not make the
Told you, watch the fake, guys.
That'll be a turnover.
Good job. Watch the fake.
4th and short in this part of the field. You just notice special teams coordinators rallying the team, saying, watch the fake.
Watch the fake. Good defense.
Don't they usually say that on every punting situation?
Oh, yeah, they can
Knew
be
there was gonna be a
40 in the
fake.
fourth quarter. That's their job. They scream that every
We get another
time.
field goal,
And
guys.
this time, though, his team locked in, and they were well aware that it truly was a situation that they could fake it, and they were ready for it and stopped it.
He completes this into the hands of Miller. And
Way to
will
step
get the
up,
first
Joe.
down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25. 23 yards on the play.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Now Burrow on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact. But in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
He gets this in the hands
Good
of
job.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
There you go, Joe.
Joe Mixon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
It's better than a field goal.
They had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Rosas now to end the PAT. And the lead is now 24. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is...
It's the song, Joe, baby. Welcome to the jungle, baby. That's the Bengals theme song, buddy.
One drive, you're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Strong. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. We've already punched 2 tickets to the championship round this weekend. We'll get back to you guys and punch a 3rd in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's AFC divisional round game. And it's the Cleveland Browns who will fight on as they knock off the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got 1 half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it all to you, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Winner go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. Fielded in the end zone, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Operating from the gun. Strong. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They run it with Jacobs. It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line has had.
Let the screenplay well, guys.
For them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Here's the Raiders punter now as he's on to kick it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
22-yard line.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Burrow on play action. On the crossing route, complete. It's Young. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd down, Burrow. He's got his man, Boyd. And he is going to have a Bengals first down.
Good job, good job.
Get the 3rd down conversion. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon, and this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Max Crosby able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Now it's Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Young.
The first down throw.
Have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Burrow will throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Now Burrow.
Oh, you dropped it.
Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. 3rd down.
Incomplete.
That was
Those
touchdown.
two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And now the 3rd
Ain't no
down
linebacker
throw
gonna hang with that
incomplete
guy.
as
That's
well.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Field goal, a 53-yard attempt.
I missed that.
He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
Should took the penalty.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now the first
Yeah, we not sack him.
Incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
I know that we've seen their share of struggles and the quarterback's been hit a few times in this game, but this one can't be put on the offensive line. They gave him plenty of time to throw the football. I think ultimately he has to be a lot more decisive in his decision-making and get rid of it and find an open target.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Guys, what
One
was
of the
that?
ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're
What are y'all doing,
especially
guys?
that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now a carry for Jacobs. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
It's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing up right
2nd and 11. Looking to throw.
Big goal.
Strong.
Oh, good defense, guys.
And it's incomplete. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Yeah, we knew the screen was coming. Everybody in the right spot.
Be well short of what he needed. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns.
Raiders 3.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
They're on the 32-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
It's a gain of 9.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
All right, take the full quarter, guys.
The Bengals 1st down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
TikTok, TikTok. Let's go walk up the clock. Let's go, guys. Take it to the 4. So Coach Gill would say, take it to the 4. Take it to the 4.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back to Mixon on 1st down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Tackle made.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down, Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz,
drag route, your first down.
Gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Of course, somebody heard them. Keep stopping the clock now.
We're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Your sideline knows a fake.
On first down, Mixon, and not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here's Burrow. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the play.
First down, keep the drive alive.
Always so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon, and only able
How you not get to that hole?
Stopped at the 30.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Again, it's Mixon.
Mixon again, the ball carrier.
That's a good run defense. Tell you that.
I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And the Bengals on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run with Mixon, and he will have the first
down. Good first down.
The chalk of the 20.
Good first
It's
down.
a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Oh, that's one of the
Good first
marks
down.
of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now they run with Mixon. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Trying to run for it with Pollard. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very
Take my
generous
4th and
one.
1.
He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Keep that clock moving. Run down some of the clock, guys. The computer said go for it too. Good job, guys. Y'all know Hobaleni football and y'all see it.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback.
Oh, they gonna call a holding. God damn it, cheating shit.
There's a flag on the field, and I think someone got held. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
A 37-yard attempt.
Rosa's kick is good, and that will extend the lead out to 24.
Makes the score Bengals 27, Raiders 3.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Taken in the end zone, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. From the gun, Strong. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver that time was Josh Jacobs, but it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing again. Strong. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. Oh, had his hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Operating from the gun. Strong. And it is incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up and they tend to play well.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
Then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Mixon with it. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals just continue to pull it on.
Selma, man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Fire be it.
misses to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
All right, guys. Game is over.
And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Their own 25-yard
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field.
They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter.
On first down, Strong. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Strong. The open man here, Renfro. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Strong. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
So you get hurt for 2 minutes, guys.
Get a timeout, an injured player.
Get extra stop on the
training
clock.
staff takes a peek. We'll take a break.
Well, he's actually going to the back. He may be ready to rest that one to the sideline.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback. But, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead. But at the same time, got it done. It'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
The kicker on for the point after.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
They're on the 25-yard line.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And it would appear that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Looked like they picked a heck of a time to run the counter.
And we've been saying that in this great game of football probably since
no,
we
this game,
started
guys.
playing. Anytime you get guys thinking you're going to go one way and you hit back the opposite side, it's a great chance it can turn into the type of play we just saw there, a big gainer.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
And they take a knee.
Yeah.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL.
Yeah,
It's
the
a
same
win for
place
the
that the
Bengals
other
as we
place
say
came
so
here.
long from Cincinnati.
A bad little kid. I told him Jeff didn't advance that game. Well, him or Gil, maybe it's not Jeff. I don't know.